Okay, guys, so now let's look at the second section of this class. So in the first section of this class, we saw the formula A plus B times A minus B is equal to A squared minus B squared, right? So in the second section of this lesson, we are going to look at this equation from the right side to the left side. Okay, so now what we need to do is when we see an expression of this form, we need to be able to realize that it can be written as this form. Okay, so let's look at some practice questions. Okay, so let's look at A. Okay, 1 minus 121y squared. Okay, so when we see an expression of this form, we need to have the sense that 1 can be written as 1 squared, right? And 121y squared can be written as 11y squared, right? And that means the whole expression can be written as 1 squared minus 11y squared. Okay, let's look at the formula. A squared minus B squared. 1 squared minus 11y squared. This means in this question, A is equal to 1 and B is equal to 11y, right? So according to this formula, this expression can be written as 1 plus 11y times 1 minus 11y. Okay, so what we really did in this question is we started from this form, A squared minus B squared, and we used our knowledge to factor this expression to this expression. Okay, let's look at the second question. Question B, 121x squared minus 100. Okay, so we will just do exactly the same thing that we did to question A. Okay, 121x squared. This can be written as 11x squared, right? 100 can be written as 10 squared, which means this whole expression can be written as 11x squared minus 10 squared, right? So this is of the form, see, A squared minus B squared. 11x squared minus 10 squared, which means in this question, A is equal to 11x and B is equal to 10, right? So we can write this expression as 11x plus 10 times 11x minus 10. Okay, this is the right answer. Let's look at question C. Question C is a little bit more complicated, but the method is the same. Okay, so 25 minus 16x squared y squared. 25 can be written as 5 squared, right? 16x squared y squared. This can be written as 16 is equal to 4 squared, right? So 4xy squared. which means this expression can be written as 5 squared. So this is equal to 5 squared minus 4xy squared. And it's equal to 5 plus 4xy times 5 minus 4xy. Okay. Okay, so let's look at question F. Question F. Question F is an example where the expression cannot be factored. Okay, so remember that the formula that we learned is a squared minus b squared is equal to a plus b times a minus b, right? Which means the expression must be of the form something squared minus something squared. But in this question, we can see that the sign is plus, okay? Because it's plus here, now minus, we cannot factor this expression. So this is not factorizable. Factorable. Okay. And I think for other questions, okay, let me give you another example that's more complicated than all like the ones that we have seen. For example, let's see question J, okay? Remember what I said in class. So a squared minus b squared is equal to a plus b times a minus b, okay? The a and b here, they can be expressions as well. So question J is a good example to show that a and b can be expressions, okay? So in question J, a minus 1 squared minus b minus 1 squared. So in this question, a minus 1 is equal to the a in our formula, okay? B minus 1 is equal to b in our formula, okay? So this expression can be written as a minus 1 plus b minus 1 times a minus 1 times a minus a, sorry, b minus 1. Okay, what we are doing here is still following the formula. A squared minus b squared is equal to a plus b times a minus b. It's just in the previous examples, a and b are both one term expression, whereas in this example, a and b are binomials, okay? But like I said, in this formula, a and b can be one term, two term, polynomials, fractions, anything. But the method is the same. How we solve this kind of questions is always the same, okay? Steps are the same. So if we organize this a little bit, this will become, so a minus 1 plus b minus 1. This is equal to a plus b minus 2. And a minus 1 minus b minus 1. This will become a minus 1 minus b plus 1, right? So this will become a plus b minus 2 times a minus b, because minus 1 plus 1 canceled out. Okay, so this will be the final answer. Okay, so this is section 2.